Hey, so I'm within my last 2 weeks here at the house of 7-Eleven. Got a trainee out there, smooching with his girlfriend, but also, taking care of customers, doing the work. I have caught on with RAFTA, which you laypersons is the Roaring Fork Transit Authority. I'm going to drive a bus. I have aspirations that this will be like my file clerk gig. Those of you who take on the Harvey P car, that this is what I'll do to make my cheddar, to help me make my art. That's what I got in mind. So if it's getting too busy for me to stay in here, not yet. Everybody I owed money to said I had to start making more money, so that was part of it too. Honestly, I don't have any problems with this job except the pay. So it's just time. Pay wasn't going to change much, The job itself, I seem to be the only one who can stand it. Even this guy, I think, is going to flake out pretty quick. And he's already talking about how he got offered a better job at Domino's Pizza over there. So I don't think they should have much hope in him. But he does a decent job, while he's here, for however long he's here. And after the 10th, I don't think I'm coming back. So, all right, I should help.
I can't figure it out, Jeremy.
Tell the camera what happened again, Wes.
Huh?
My camera here. For posterity, man. That's not posterity, that's a middle finger, man. Tell the story. Tell me the story again.
Yeah, I ran them off, bro.
Ran who up?
I did.
Who?
Bunch of Mexicans.
Why?
Why? Because they were out in front of your store trying to cause problems.
Oh, okay. Well, and you cleared them out, huh?
I just barely walked up there and said, hey. And they all went to their cars and they left.
Right on, man. Wes takes care of business. He's like the man with no name. He's like Clint Eastwood.
I know a couple of them. Yeah, they don't want to mess with me, bro. And they just left.
Right on. Used to be a Navy SEAL, right?
Yep.
Right on. In the first Gulf War.
Yep.
Yeah. And you got shot near Baghdad?
I got a bullet hole.
Where?
Right up here. Now, it didn't kill me. I don't know. It's right up here, bro. You see that? You see that scar up there?
I see, yeah, some. Yeah, I kind of see that. Right on.
Yeah.
What kind of bullet was it?
I don't know what the hell it was. After the bullet hole, I had to go in because I got hit by a car and they put a big old tube in through the bullet hole.
You got hit by a car too after you got shot?
Yeah.
What kind of car was it?
It was a pickup, actually, right down there by the Red Rock Diamond.
Oh, okay. So it was a few years later.
Yeah, it was a few. That was 2007.
Yeah, that's a while after the first Gulf War.
Yeah. Still messed me up, though.
All right. Yeah, no, nobody wants to get hit by a truck. Nobody's volunteering to make it happen.
And the bitch was illegal, so I couldn't even sue the goddamn girl.
All right.
You think you can get like a 20-minute break in like
Mexico,
20 minutes?
Get a 20-minute break in 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. This is David. He's taking over for me.
Yeah.
Right on.
Talk to what it says.
Yeah. No, I just...
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
I make a little show.
Yeah.
I got a few of them on YouTube and stuff.
For YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah, right on. That's David. That's Wes. He hangs out front. He's like a guard dog.
He's dope.
Yeah, I look at all the pretty girls.
You do, man.
I do, too. I do, too.
Wait, are you breaking now, man, or in 20 minutes? I thought he said a 20-minute break in 20 minutes. That's what I thought I heard. Is he out there right now?
Is it?
I'm gonna have to go do some shit. I'm not worried about this guy per se because, do I appreciate what 7-Eleven's done for me? And I've often said, since I started working here, that if something good happened to me again, like really good, the kind of thing that Bob Dylan would blow off for a while, but then, be like, oh, yeah, if I could get to it, I'll accept the Nobel Prize. I'm going to wear this to the ceremony, man. Whatever ceremony that is. I don't know what form that's going to take, if it's even going to happen. I'm fucking flying my 7-Eleven colors. So I worry about 7-Eleven to that degree. But I don't worry about it to the degree, you know, it's like I put in my 6 months. I'm moving on to something better. Going to drive a bus. Going to make some money so I can pay the people that I owe, which are a lot and varied, from lawyers to mortgage banks to student loans to who knows what else is going to arise, you know. But you know that, like, when you first get a job and, like, you try real hard for a while, you know, to impress the boss or just who's ever looking, you know. And then after a while, the effort falls off a little bit because you get comfortable or you get bored. Well, like that first year, this guy here. Can you see him, my man David? No, because he's probably, there he is. He just doesn't have that groove, man. You know, he's already like sliding, and he just got started. So unless he goes in the reverse, and it's possible, like he's just probably gonna get worse. And he already said today that he got offered a job at Domino's, which technically you can make more there. I mean, I noticed that a lot of those little fuckers, you know, over the summer, when I asked them what they got for tips when I added it up, you know, I mean, assuming they're not bullshitting, and some of them probably warn, you know, some more, but like they make more money in tips at Domino's, and I was making like busting my ass for 8 hours here for a shift, or 10 even, you know. So I'm working pretty much every day this week because we've had 3 people quit without notice. So there's going to be overtime. I go past my 6-month anniversary, which is not an anniversary because that would be a year, you know, or more. So 6 months on the job, and I get my vacation pay, so that's cool. It's like 32 hours. So that's why I didn't just quit right away and start training yesterday for RAFTA. That's where I'm at right now. Good night last night at work. It's the Saturday before Halloween, so for all intents and purposes, it was bar Halloween. Sexy Darth Vader and sexy Stormtrooper came in. Both of them lovely ladies, in addition to being, you know, instruments of evil and oppression in a galaxy far, far away. Got the idea they were kind of sweet on each other. That means that somewhere around here, Stormtrooper might be going down on a Darth Vader. It's not the most Sunday thought I've ever had, but it makes me smile. As far as like David, I mean, he's got a cute girlfriend. He's a young guy, 20 years old. Chances are real good that like more interesting things are going to happen to him, say by Christmas, than are going to happen to me. So, you know, so what if he's not such a great 7-Eleven employee? This guy gave me this book, one of the drunks last night. B.F. Skinner, Walden 2. You ever read it? I haven't read it. I think he got it just from the free section in the library. So I'm going to give it a shot. I know a little bit about B.F. Skinner. I was going to be a psychology major in school once I got past, you know, the first 2 years and had to pick my major. But I couldn't get with the APA format. It was just like too much of a pain in the ass. So I went for Mass Comm instead. But I remember a little about B.F. Skinner and, you know, his theories. I guess he was a brilliant guy and father of modern psychology and all. Who knows if the book's going to be any good. What I started the first 8 pages is not promising. It starts with like two students going to visit their old college professor at his office in school, which I can't even imagine doing that. I am in touch with one of my old professors, but that's for this thing, actually. You know, I wouldn't have just gone and dropped in on him. Or vice versa, I imagine. Alright. I should drive now. So we're coming up on the last place I ever saw my grandma. It's the Fairfield Inn and Suites here in Glenwood Springs, near the Target. My grandma Renee, she was like a mother to me, in so much as like when I was a teenager I was kicked out of the house a lot, but I could never be kicked out of her house. So I spent a few chunks of my life there. Now when she passed away at the age of 75 this past winter, I was very sad, but I didn't cry. But I did cry just this past Monday when we put my dog Droopy down. Now, I mentioned B.F. Skinner, earlier. I don't know if he's got any skin in this, but like, what's her name? Lorraine Bracco on The Sopranos, character Dr. Melfi, right? Said that just because somebody has like sympathy or empathy for dogs and children doesn't necessarily mean that they're a good person. It could in fact mean that they're a criminal and a sociopath. I've been accused of some crimes. One recently. I don't think I'm a sociopath. So there's that. But I cried when Droopy went. And I think it's almost really not fair. When people die, they're humans, and they're more complicated. So the your relationships to them are more complicated than with Droopy. Droopy was annoying. It's the worst thing you could say about him. He pissed on the floor a lot. Like my mom came in. My mom's here from Chicago. First thing she said to me is the house stinks. And, he's been gone since Monday. He's peed on the floor a lot. That was his thing. There's some controversy as to why we put him down. He was old. There's no question about that. He didn't walk like he used to. His eyes were dimming. He was blind in one eye and the other eye was going. He was needy. Like even when he's in your lap and you're petting him, he still whined a little bit. But, in honesty, I don't think I would have thought of putting him down if I wasn't in a position of financial and spiritual and emotional turmoil. Things were steady like they used to be right now. Droopy would be alive. He would live out whatever time he had left. He wasn't. And I couldn't put him in a shelter. I couldn't keep him in the house anymore. He was old, he was in pain, but he was also pissing all over the floor. I don't know how much pain he was in. I don't think it was pain that he had to be killed to save it from him. Life is pain. But the real pain would have been shit went south and he had to go in a shelter. He was in a shelter for 8 months when he was young and cute. And it's tough to adopt out old dogs. When I was managing a kennel and a pound years ago, it took me a year to get this old dog adopted out. It had its sphincter came out its butt, kind of blew up like a balloon. It looked like just like I said, and it was like a drag racing car when the parachute comes out. That's what the dog looked like. They tried to fix it twice, but it just kept popping out. Little butt bag just out the back there. And, it didn't make for the most physically charismatic dog. It took me a year to get him adopted out. And I think the only reason it happened is because one day I wore my Chicago Cardinals, like the Arizona Cardinals. used to be the Chicago Cardinals. And I got a t-shirt because they won a championship in 1947 that said Chicago Cardinals, NFL champions 1947, right? And I wore that one day to work. And this guy comes in who's a retired Chicago cop who's actually old enough to be like a Chicago Cardinal fan, which is pretty old. They haven't been in Chicago since 1959. You know, even if you were born in 1959, you're kind of old now. If you were a football fan in 1959, like could follow the league and could claim allegiance to the Chicago Cardinals, you'd have to be, you know, at least in your mid to late 70s at this time. It was 6 years ago, so at the very least like 70 years old. And that's about what he was. He was in his 70s. He was a retired Chicago cop and an ex-Chicago Cardinal fan. And he was thrilled by the t-shirt. And he was looking for a dog. Found this old dog, the one with the butt bag I mentioned that made him look like a big drag racing car. And took him, and he named him Barney. But that took a year. You know, Droopy was maybe more charming than that, but it would have taken a long time in a shelter with him sitting there thinking, Jeremy let me down, man, and my heart is broken. So in the end, I decided that I'd rather kill Droopy than break his heart. And that's why he's dead now.
Huh?